I'd like to call this meeting to order at 7 p.m. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Secretary Kirschbaum, could you please call the roll?
Of course. Student Trustee Olivier. President Van Vossen.
Present.
Internal Vice President Melchin.
Present.
External Vice President Doubt.
Present.
Secretary Kirschbaum. Present. Treasurer Newpel.
Present.
Parliamentarian Ballard.
Present.
Senator Weinbau.
Present.
Senator Casanova.
Present.
Senator Zappo.
Present.
Senator Wilson.
Present.
Senator Funson.
Present.
Senator Manker.
Present.
Senator Scheer.
Present.
Senator Carrion.
Present.
Can I have a motion to approve tonight's agenda?
So moved.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any audience participation tonight? Okay. Are there any administrative reports? Cynthia?
Hello, everyone. Just to let you know that the application process is closed for the elections, and we have 14 candidates. Those will be verified tomorrow to ensure that they are eligible based on the SGA requirements, and those candidates will be notified at the candidate meeting tomorrow night at 4 p.m. Yeah, any questions?
Could you go over what races those are, just so people have them? Can you try that?
Yeah, just a moment. We have no candidates for Education and Human Services Senator. We have 2 candidates for Liberal Arts and Sciences, 3 candidates for transfer students, 7 candidates for the 2 positions of at-large senator, no undergraduate student senator, no candidates for the undergraduate students, 2 candidates for the freshman students, no candidates for the Peoria campus senator, none for the online students, or none for the graduate students.
Thanks, then. Let's move into officer reports. Only thing I'd like to say is I'd like to congratulate Provost Berman on being named interim chancellor upon the retirement of Chancellor Ringheisen. I can't think of anyone better for the job who's on campus. He's the best person. Other Interim Vice President Melchin, do you have a report?
Yeah, if you guys got that email from Matt, I think you sent it out yesterday about the student fee process that's being changed. If you have any questions, we don't need to go into it now, but if you have any questions, you can talk to me and Matt about it.
Okay. External Vice President Doubt.
Oh yeah, I got the email regarding the student fee increases, and I like what's there, and I support it. So, I yield.
All right, thanks.
Yep.
Secretary Kirschbaum.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I know that there's a Shooting Stars event coming up, I believe, next Friday, and I heard it's supposed to be really good. So check out more information. I know Rec Sports is helping with it, I believe. So check out more information with that. I heard there's laser tagging, so that'll be pretty cool. So yeah, check it out. Get active with the school. I yield.
Thanks, Secretary Kirschbaum. Treasurer Newpel.
So far, with part of my job as treasurer, I've been involved with SAC and what is now SOFA, which used to be ICCB, and both committees have been getting off to a good start. SOFA's had 2 meetings and has their board and has dealt with requests, so that's been good. And SAC has done a lot of great events so far this year, and they're in the midst of scheduling homecoming, and so if anyone wants to be involved and help with homecoming, I know they are still looking for some volunteers for different things, but I just encourage everyone to be involved with that, and I yield.
All right, thank you. Parliamentarian Ballard.
I just have a couple quick things here. First off, the Academic Technology Committee we're starting off this Friday at 10 o'clock, so if you have any ideas or anything you want me to bring towards the committee, just let me know, and I'll bring it up at the meeting. Also, just some news from the Campus Senate too. Some of you might not have heard this, but the CAR committee on the Campus Senate is being disbanded for the year until they reevaluate things. It's the it's like the academic and retention committee for students and faculty members and everything else. So we're going to work on that, see what we can get new goals on, anything. And that's about it for the Campus Senate news. And I am going to maintain some basic office hours. I'm going to try every Friday from 1:30 to 3 o'clock to be in this SGA office, and just so if you need anything, come by, visit, and we'll see what I can do. And that's it. I yield.
Okay, thank you, Parliamentarian. Are there any senators who'd like to make a report? Jamie?
I have just one event announcement. You know, we've talked in past semesters about the star parties that go on. I don't know, looking through a big old telescope up in the skies, it's interesting to me. A lot of people are into that type of thing. Just wanted to let everybody know that as of last Friday night, the UIS star parties have resumed again, and they will continue each Friday through October 22nd. The star parties are held from 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock p.m. in the UIS Observatory, and the events are conducted by John Martins. He's an assistant professor of astronomy and physics. They're free to attend, and in case you don't know how to get to the observatory entrance is at the southeast corner of Brookins Library. And to check the weather for the event prior to attending, of course, that would be kind of worthless if you can't see the stars. You can call this number. It's 206-8342 after 7 p.m. the day of the event.
Thanks, Jamie.
And I yield. Thanks.
Are there any other senator reports? Okay. Let's move into old business. The resolution 2010-02 calling for a moratorium on student fee increases for the 2012 fiscal year. Basically, in the copies that you have in front of you tonight are the amendments that we made at the last meeting. Basically changing it to $130 million and specifying that was for FY10 state allocations, that the state still owes the school that $130 million. Are there any comments that people, senators would like to make at this time regarding this resolution? Parliamentarian Ballard.
I've been talking to a few students around campus about this, and they're generally highly supportive of us trying to move forward with this. And they're saying that student fees are high enough as it is, and UIS is basically being more conservative. What the direction UIS is heading into, that we're trying to be equalized with the other two U of I campuses, and they said the amount of services we offer, it's not fair for us to be moving that direction. So they're highly supportive, and they're encouraging us to continue on and push these through.
Thanks, David. Are there any other comments? One thing I'd like to say is there's been a lot of misconception out there from among the UIS community, not just students, that the SGA should be focused more on legislative efforts to try and fix the state's budget situation, and to try to make in an effort to try and lower the cost of higher education in UIS, we should be focused on legislative efforts. I'd just like to point out that no amount of state funding is going to lower student fees. Only decisions we make here will lower student fees. The revenue, the student fee revenue is put towards things that the state does not fund. So no amount of state funding is going to change that, and our legislative efforts won't affect, when it comes to student fees, it's not going to affect student fees. So I know if I'm not clear, just let me know with that. Are there any other comments? Okay. Let's move on to Part B of old business, a resolution calling for a moratorium on LRH and FRH housing grade increases for 2012 fiscal year. This is the second reading of that resolution. Again, we just added the amendments that we added at last week's meeting. Are there any other comments? David?
I would like to, since Josephine's from HRC, and she's the chair of it, does she have any opinions on this representing housing residents?
Not at this moment, thank you.
Okay. All right, seeing as there's no further comments for the second reading, is there a motion to adjourn tonight's meeting?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. I'd call this meeting to a close.
Good talk.